themselves are bringing in medication outside of the program. In other words, we would know that the pharmacies had purchased a certain amount of medication from the wholesale distributor. We know that that pharmacy, for example, had purchased 10. But our record shows, through our swipe card, that that pharmacy had distributed or had given out 20. And therefore, we would know that they'd only purchased 10, but they've given out 20. There must be something wrong here. And therefore, we can dispatch and find out where this additional medication that can control counterfeit medication or other medication brought outside, which may cause problems with our plan. And as I mentioned, Mr. Speaker, the plan would assist with compliance, which was explained earlier. And with one swipe of the card, individuals can be paid online in less than 7 days. We're also looking, Mr. Speaker, at introducing possibility of mail order so that individuals, once approved by pharmacists, etc., can receive their medication by mail order. Now, individuals who are traveling, for example, Family Island individuals may want to receive bulk supply of medication, and therefore they're allowed to receive at least 3 months supply. Or if they're traveling abroad, they're allowed to receive 3 months supply. And there's a special category. There's some medication which should only be given by specific doctors, and therefore the formulary spells that out. The formulary spells out that certain medication for cancer can only be given by certain doctors again. Again, this would control the abuse of medication. And then we have authorized agents which would assist individuals who are incapacitated, who may not be able to come out with their card. You have authorized agents who can assist them with obtaining the card, receive medication for them, take the medication to them, and that would assist with the compliance, because we would know that those individuals are receiving their medication and taking them on a timely basis. Mr. Speaker, when we look at the program itself, though we've been aggressively registering individuals, we find that only about 10,000 individuals have registered to date, versus the 35,000 that can potentially be registered. And the question can be asked, why such small amount? If this plan is so good, and there are 35,000 individuals out there, why only 10,000 have come forth? But the answer, if we look at the international pattern, what has happened to other countries who had introduced a similar plan, you would find that at the end of 1 year, only about 30 to 40% became registered. We are following the same pattern, 30 to 40%, as was set by international standards. What we'd also know out of those individuals, the 30 to 40%, you'd also notice that the pharmacies, only about 30 to 40% of the pharmacies have registered to come on board. So when you analyze 30% of those individuals, of that 35 individuals who's come on board, and 30% of the pharmacies, by right you have a 100% on board. So Mr. Speaker, we don't think we would have a problem with such a plan. And then there's about 150 homebound or incapacitated individuals who had registered. Mr. Speaker, you also know that in addition to individuals, there'll be some individuals who, rather than wanting to go to the private pharmacy, would insist they want to receive their medication through the Princess Margaret Hospital. You had individuals like my mother, for example, regardless of what you gave her, she would want to go to Princess Margaret Hospital because that's where she met her friends. That was their day out. And therefore, no plan could send them in the private sector. And you would still have that type of individuals. The question can also be asked, if you are providing medication for these particular illnesses, for these group of patients, what happens if an individual have a different illness? And it's not unusual for individuals to have a multitude of illnesses. They might have illnesses outside of this. But yes, the medication is still provided at the Princess Margaret Hospital. It won't be in the private sector, but the medication is available. Individuals call and ask, listen, I have a particular illness. Why is my illness not a part of the program? And I say to them, that is why we have a Strategic Planning and Benefits Committee who yearly would assess and evaluate the plan, who at the same time would have a subcommittee who would look at the disease patterns within the country so that certain diseases would be added while others may possibly be removed as we conquer a particular illness. So there is hope for them. The same thing would apply for the medication. Mr. Speaker, I'm running out of time at this particular time, and Mr. Speaker, therefore I'm going to conclude my contribution here, and I would like to conclude, Mr. Speaker, by saying that I think this is an excellent plan. This plan will encourage wellness. It would improve compliance. It would increase individuals' disposable cash. It would assist in our bed situation that we have at the institution today, where we have individuals complaining of no bed space. It would assist in our waiting time, because through the preventative arm and through medication being provided on time, we decrease the problems we find with these particular diseases and therefore decrease our waiting time. We would decrease the amount of individuals that we see today dying from heart disease, kidney failure, etc. And we decrease the complications that we see today from diabetes, be it stroke, blindness, or whatever else. Mr. Speaker, we must prepare our country for tomorrow, that is the future, and it is the responsibility of all governments to give each generation a better tomorrow. I take a quote from Bernard Shaw, and the quote, "Life is not a brief candle. It is a splendid torch that I want to make burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to our future generation." Mr. Speaker, the torch, when handed on, must continue to burn. Our young people must not be given a dark and desolate country, but one with an even brighter tomorrow. This plan, Mr. Speaker, will prepare us for tomorrow. It will prepare the Bahamas for the future. This will improve our quality of life. This will decrease the mortality, the death that we see today, be it from diabetes, heart failure, kidney failure. This will decrease our sick days and improve our job performance and standard of living. The plan that I speak today, being phase 1, though in steps, will prepare us for even better and subsequent plans or subsequent phases of this and other plans. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to say that I support this resolution. Thank you very much.